This is my first proper non-vegetables video, and I'm following Krista's trend of picking a quote from a book and reading it aloud. And I'm not sure what I'm supposed to do then. Am I supposed to analyze it or just talk about it, or I don't know. Anyway, I'm picking a quote from the book Moving Pictures by Acacia. It makes fun of Hollywood, basically, this book, and it makes fun of all of the things that we've come to think about Hollywood over the years. And the quote that I'm going to read is said by Ginger, and she's a character that spends the entire book trying to achieve stardom and trying to become something. You know what the greatest tragedy is in the whole world? It's all the people who never find out what it is they really want to do or what it is they're really good at. It's all the sons who become blacksmiths because their fathers were blacksmiths. It's all the people who could be really fantastic flute players who grow old and die without ever seeing a musical instrument, so they become bad plowsmen instead. It's all the people with talents who never even find out. Maybe they're never even born in a time when it's even possible to find out. It's all the people who never get to know what it is they can really be. It's all the wasted chances. I'm not sure why I like that quote so much. I think partially it's because of this one line, which is my favorite in that whole long paragraph I just read. Oh, I shut the book. I lost my page. Right? Okay. It's all the people who could be really fantastic flute players, who grow old and die without ever seeing a musical instrument, so they become bad plowmen instead. There's something about that line that I really like. I think it's the idea that you need to do what you like, and you need to go after your dreams, because if you don't, you could end up doing something you're no good at rather than the one thing that you could have been born to be. I don't know if that says something about me or if that says something about Terry Pratchett, but it certainly says something. So, that was my quote. I might go find one in Lamb now to lighten the mood, since these videos are supposed to be funny, and that was a little more serious than I intended. Lamb is a book about Jesus as a kid, and Jesus and his friend as a kid. I'm trying to find one that's a little bit, PG and inoffensive to religious folk. I might end up finding a serious quote. I might end up trying to find a serious quote in Lamb, because there are some. There are. All kinds of stuff about worshipping people. I know what quote. I have to find it in here now. I can't find it. It's not a short book. It's certainly not as long as the actual Bible itself, but it's still pretty long. You know what? I'll find it online. I'll find it on Goodreads. We don't have it. See, I keep trying to find humorous quotes in this book, which shouldn't be difficult. This book is basically, 300 pages of humorous quotes. But I keep just finding the serious parts where Josh, it really kind of, where Joshua, blinds one of his followers and, for killing a bandit. It's really sad. I keep finding the sad parts of Lamb. Do you know how difficult it is to find the sad parts in Lamb? They live for 10 years with concubines. They spend another 15 in India, where Biff just reads the Kama Sutra for the whole time, while Jesus learns how to make rice. I'm finding the serious parts in that book. Now I'm getting to the end where they crucify him. Still finding the serious parts. You know what? I'll just read a quote from the beginning. Okay, found a quote. This is Biff, the narrator of the novel, talking about the first time he met Jesus, who is called Joshua in this book, because that's a more accurate translation, actually, isn't it? Okay. The boy took the lizard from his mouth and handed it to his younger brother, who sat beside him in the sand. I think the younger was Jesus. The younger boy played with the lizard for a while, teasing it until it reared its little head as if to bite. Then he picked up a rock and mashed the creature's head. Correction, younger one, not Jesus. Bewildered, he pushed the dead lizard around in the sand, and once assured it wasn't going anywhere on its own, he picked it up and handed it back to his older brother. Into his mouth went the lizard, and before I could accuse, out it came again, squirming and alive and ready to bite once again. He handed it back to his younger brother, who smote it mightily with the rock, starting or ending the whole process again. I watched the lizard die 3 more times before I said, "I want to do that too." The Savior removed the lizard from his mouth and said, "Which part?" I think that's really characteristic of their relationship throughout the whole book, actually. With Fifth just kind of messing around and doing what he likes and tagging along, and Jesus kind of, being Jesus as he is. It's a really good book. I recommend both of these. Before you read Moving Pictures, read the 8 that come before it, or however many there are. First one's The Color of Magic. So if you haven't read it, you should read that. That will conclude my video. So I'll go edit out 6 minutes of me flipping through Lamb looking for a funny quote and then just picking the one at the very beginning. Hope you enjoyed it. Bye. So while I was editing the video just now, rather than just watching myself flip through pages of Lamb for 5 minutes, I kept flipping through pages of Lamb and I actually found the quote. Because, I tried looking sensibly rather than just going, I wonder if it's on this page. Let's see. Alright, Joshua is upset because they've killed a Yeti, which is a long story. So he goes to talk to his dad, who is God. And, alright, this conversation result. First person speaking is Joshua, second person is Chris. All men are evil. That's what I was talking to my father about. What did he say? Fuck him. Really? Yeah. At least he answered you. I got the feeling that he thinks it's my problem now. Makes you wonder why he didn't burn that on one of the tablets. Here, Moses, here's the 10 Commandments, and here's an extra one that says fuck him. He doesn't sound like that. For emergencies, I continued in my perfect impression of God voice. That might give you a little bit of a better impression of what this book is like. Alright, I'm glad I found that. Probably you didn't care at all, but yeah. Alright, end of the video. Every time I open it, they're talking about penises.